The examiners assess each answer in exactly the same way, but the way you write that answer should vary quite a lot, depending on what type of task you receive. And I know that my students often misunderstand what they need to address in the essay if they just read the task. So, the easiest and most reliable way to pass your task 2 is to learn how to tackle each of the 5 types of essays. I think the best way to do this is to take one topic and create 5 essay questions from it. So the general topic I've chosen is artificial intelligence. And we've already seen questions about it in IELTS. And here are the 5 essay questions and how to tackle them best. The very first type of essay is an opinion essay, also known as agree-disagree. With the advancement of artificial intelligence, people will work less and have more free time. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? With all types, we'll also see this. Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Write at least 250 words. So this first type of essay question starts by giving you a statement and then asks you if you agree with it or not. It asks for your point of view. So you could agree, disagree, or have a position somewhere in the middle, a balanced opinion. In this essay, you need to give reasons why you think so. So how should we organize our paragraphs? Well, we'll start by paraphrasing the statement in the opening paragraph and also give our opinion. Then, in the body paragraphs, present your point of view together with relevant examples and explanations. Then summarize your main arguments and restate your opinion in the conclusion. There are actually 3 ways to answer this question, which we learn in my courses, but I don't want to get into this depth here, so I'm sorry if something is not 100% clear. The next type is 2 views and your opinion. Some people believe that advances in artificial intelligence will lead to job losses, while others think that this technology will create new job opportunities. Discuss both these views and give your own opinion. This type looks a bit more complicated, right? Well, it gives you 2 opposing views and asks you to write about both views and give your own opinion. So it doesn't matter which view you agree with, you need to discuss both. And it should also be clear which view you agree with, or you have a balanced opinion. So far, what we can see very clearly is how important it is to have an opinion. And it's the same with type 3 advantages and disadvantages. With the advances made in artificial intelligence, many jobs can now be completed by robots or computers instead of people. Do you think the advantages of this development outweigh the disadvantages? This is another essay where you need to give your opinion, but this time in terms of advantages and disadvantages. Again, you must discuss the advantages, the disadvantages, and give your opinion. And if you see, for example, more advantages, it's likely that you're going to discuss those first. But you still need a good paragraph about the disadvantages, or your essay won't fully cover all parts. The last 2 types are different. Type 4 is 2 direct questions. Artificial intelligence is replacing humans in the workplace. Why is this happening? Do you think this will have a positive or negative impact on society? A statement followed by 2 questions. It appears to be a little bit more straightforward because in the introduction, all you do is paraphrase the 2 questions, no opinions required. In body paragraphs, answer each question in a separate paragraph. There will be elements of personal opinion because, for example, the first question is asking you to explain, But the second one is to give your point of view. Do you think? So give your point of view in the second question if it asks you for one. And the final type, problem solutions. Advances in artificial intelligence are changing the way people work. What problems might people face because of these changes? How could these problems be solved? It looks the same as the two-part question. The only difference is that the questions in this type always look at problems and solutions, or causes of a problem and solutions. Again, the most common structure is to answer each question in a separate body paragraph. I'd suggest simply learning by heart what to write about in each essay type and how to structure your answers. Let's now look at some sample Band 9 paragraphs from our essays, which were written together with a former IELTS examiner on our team. But before we do that, let's not forget about the vocabulary and grammar, the real English part of the writing test. Half of your mark depends on your vocabulary and grammar. It's not that I think they're not as important as the first two criteria. It's just that they take longer to improve, and this part is more about your English skills than IELTS preparation. But there are still ways to present your skills in a better light. So here is what matters as far as IELTS examiners are concerned. They look at the words you use. You need to have enough resource for some flexibility and precision. So you need to show that you know how to say things in different ways, how to express yourself accurately using just the right words. That includes the use of what they call less common items. For example, free time is common, leisure time is less common. You don't need some big words. Next, examiners look at your awareness of style and collocation. Your style should be quite formal, so definitely avoid informal expressions or slang. And collocations are words that frequently go together with other words, like to do homework, to take an exam, or an outstanding career. And they do check the number of mistakes. For a Band 7, you can have a few errors, but your ideas should be clear throughout. As for your grammar, nobody expects that your grammar is going to be perfect. A few errors is absolutely fine. But try to write error-free sentences as often as you can, which means avoid extra long and extra complex sentences where you'd likely to make mistakes. And complex structures are needed, but these are different types of sentences, gerunds, comparisons, the passive voice, and so on. So you don't need to make your writing extra complex. And it's true that you can't get a Band 7 with this is an apple and this is a banana, but avoid overcomplicating things. Now, the most interesting part. It's time to look at some sample extracts from our Task 2 essays. With each one, I'm going to look at one of the 4 task descriptor criteria. And let's start with the first paragraph from our examiner, an introduction to the opinion essay. So this one states that with AI, people will work less and have more free time. In this introduction, I really like how it gives a great start to the task response. So the first sentence paraphrases the topic sentence. There are those who think that recent developments in artificial intelligence will have a profound effect not only on work, but also on leisure time. The second sentence explains the topic in more detail. The idea is that AI will take over routine, time-consuming tasks, allowing people to focus on higher-level work while enjoying more quality time with family and friends. And the third sentence presents the all-important opinion very clearly. However, I believe this view is misleading, and the reality is likely to be quite different. So the opinion is I disagree. And this opening paragraph also scores highly on lexical resource. With the paraphrasing, we see how advancements become recent developments. Work is described as routine time-consuming tasks. Free time is leisure time or quality time with family and friends. You see, we paraphrase when we can. Next, we have examples of body paragraphs. And the first belongs to the two views in your opinion essay. We're discussing the first view. Why do some people think that AI will lead to job losses and what we think about it? The first sentence is the topic sentence. It clearly tells us what the paragraph will be about. Indeed, it is inevitable that certain types of jobs will no longer require humans to perform them. It's not overly complex, just one main idea. Now we need some explanation. The shift has been ongoing for several generations in factories and industries, where automation has replaced traditional low-skilled jobs, such as production line workers in car manufacturing. Now, this trend is spreading to lower-grade office jobs, where AI can outperform humans in routine and repetitive tasks. Here, there is a bit of a historic context, and I think it's alright because the first sentence clearly flows into the second highly relevant sentence. But be careful in your essay not to give too much background instead of answering the question. Now, an example. For example, Amazon has implemented robotic systems in its warehouses, reducing the need for human labor in tasks like sorting and packaging. Now, what's the result? The problem many countries face is how to create alternatives for those affected. Simply arguing that retraining or creating new job opportunities will absorb the affected workforce is far too simplistic. By reading this paragraph, can you guess which view the writer agrees with? Probably the first, that AI will lead to job losses. And that's what you need to do too, to make your opinion clear in the body paragraphs, not just in your conclusion. Now, let me show you one thing that often confuses students in the advantages-disadvantages essay. But generally, today I'm touching on a lot of important points. And if you'd like more in-depth, step-by-step lessons, you may wish to check out my courses. You'll learn how to write each paragraph from the introduction to conclusion, how to write each type of essay, and meet each requirement. I'll link the courses below. So, what confuses students in the advantages-disadvantages essay? Let's say you believe that the advantages of AI are far greater. You've written a brilliant body paragraph about it. Do you still need to write about the disadvantages? How much? And how to keep your opinion clear? So let me show you this paragraph. This is the second body paragraph which contrasts the advantages, so it begins as follows. On the other hand, despite the AI's enormous potential, there are significant drawbacks to consider. What are these? Firstly, as AI becomes more widespread, low-skilled jobs are at risk of being phased out. Now, an example. Individuals currently employed in call centers, for instance, may find themselves replaced by chatbots and require retraining. Now, the second disadvantage. In the meantime, as AI only excels at handling routine inquiries, customers with unique issues may find themselves trapped in frustrating loops of unhelpful chatbot responses. We've all been there. Now, how do we marry these disadvantages with all the wonderful advantages we believe in? These challenges highlight the importance of balancing AI adoption with maintaining human oversight and offering retraining programs. So if we believe the advantages are greater, we don't want to present some huge disadvantages in the essay. We want to downplay them, saying, yeah, they exist, but there is a way around. Another thing I want to draw your attention to is how the sentences are connected together with cohesive devices or linkers. So the first phrase, on the other hand, is a link to the previous paragraph where the advantages were mentioned. We also see a sequence of connected examples. Firstly, job losses will occur. For example, in call centers. In the meantime, customers will suffer. These challenges, and so on. Okay, so now we need a conclusion. A good conclusion restates the opinion and sums up the main points again, maybe in 2 sentences. So your conclusion should answer the essay question in your task. Let's look at 2 conclusions. Guess which essays they come from. Ready? Here it goes. To sum up, finding work will not be easy for less qualified individuals in a job market where AI plays a significant role. Therefore, steps must be taken now to establish educational programs that retrain those most likely to be affected. Now, conclusion number 2. Despite the belief that people will take on more challenging work and enjoy more free time for their personal interests, I have argued that only a few will benefit in these ways. For the vast majority, work opportunities will become more limited with all the negative effects this will have on their social and emotional well-being. Pause the video now if you need a bit more time to think. Shall we check? So the first conclusion has no opinion. This may only be problem solutions or 2 direct questions. This one refers first to the difficulty of finding work and then points to possible solutions. So conclusion 1 is from the problem solutions type of essay. The second conclusion presents an opinion, and it contrasts 2 points of view. So this may be an opinion essay or a 2 views essay, but ours mentions free time just like our opinion or agree-disagree task. So if you'd like to prepare for your IELTS exam with me step by step, save your valuable time, and achieve a higher score, check out our courses. So far, we've had over 30,000 students, and the reviews we're getting are truly heartwarming. Whether you are just starting your preparation or you need to improve your score from the previous attempt, these courses can help you achieve your best score. And you can watch one lesson for free right here. This is an in-depth lesson on writing introductions for each type of task 2 essay. Thank you so much for watching me today. Good luck with your preparation and your exam. Bye!